Fox attitude. You're watching Fox Sports Detroit.
Detroit Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Dodge. See your friendly local Dodge dealer today. Through one period of play here at the Joe for the Washington Capitals' only visit this season, and it's only preseason. Back with more in a moment on Fox Sports Detroit.
They clean them. They polish them. They lavish them with extras. Maybe the reason Dodge Ram owners take such good care of their trucks is that their trucks take such good care of them. Dodge Ram, winner of Strategic Vision's Total Quality Award 4 years running. The rules have changed.
Can happen out of the blue.
Feel head over heels now. Get a cashback bonus award later. Discover the feeling. It pays.
You're thinking A.
Why is he so happy? I never liked asking for permission.
Mom, Jamie's going.
B.
I still don't.
Please, Mom, can I
Or C.
Is there a healthcare company that'll let me see a specialist without asking for permission?
HAP will. HAP Self-Direct is the first program of its kind in Michigan. Through a partnership between HAP and Henry Ford Medical Centers, Self-Direct gives HMO members the freedom to go directly to most specialists. No permission necessary.
Chris Draper, you just won your second straight Stanley Cup. Now what?
I'm going to the Joe.
Get to Joe Louis Arena now for the best selection of Red Wings Stanley Cup merchandise. From official Stanley Cup champion locker room hats and t-shirts to jerseys, banners, and all of the memorabilia marking this special moment in Red Wings history. So see the pros at the Joe or call them at 1-800-WINGS-25.
Rise and shine. Got 30 minutes? We've got your sports. Fox Sports News this morning. Weekdays starting at 6 on your Fox Sports Net Regional.
The Red Wings lead the Capitals 1-0 after 20 minutes of play here on Fox Sports Detroit. We're also this season, we're going to have 15 games of the Detroit Rockers Soccer Club. Joining me, the Goose, Brian Finnerty, the Rockers goaltender. And Brian, the season, you're gearing up for it in training camp now. How's that going so far?
Well, I tell you, after 10 years in this league, my knees aren't taking the preseason as they used to. We're doing a lot of hills and getting in probably the best shape we've ever been in.
Now, they haven't made any goalie rule changes for you. Your legs don't have to be thinner, do they?
I don't think they get any thinner at this point, so if they do, I might be out of a job.
Now, the Rockers last season, Brian, you guys got off to a terrific start, and then you hit some type of fork in the road. What happened?
Well, I think we ran into a couple of small injuries, and just one thing led to the next, and our team unit really kind of disbanded. And we're looking this year to stay closer as a team and take a lot of leadership from our new captain, Neil Gilbert. And Pato's got us training hard, coming the season fit.
Any new players in camp we should be made aware of who are going to help lift this team?
Yeah, 3 guys, Zavala, Moreno, and Balella, that'll work on their English and we'll work on our Spanish. But the 3 guys that have played together before, and they're absolutely exciting to watch, and they score a ton of goals.
You know, it's an exciting game. I love watching it on Fox Sports Detroit, coming down to the Joe to see you guys. What would you tell the fans that they've never come to see indoor soccer?
Well, I'd say if you want to just take outdoor soccer and cut out the middle, that's what you get. A lot of goals at one end, a lot of defense at the other, plus the ball never goes out of bounds with it bouncing off the boards here at the Joe. So it's exciting, and anytime you see a score that's 20-18 with 50 saves from a goalkeeper, you know something's going on right.
Hey, we'll throw this one out. 313-396-7070. Rockers season tickets are available. 15 games for you on Fox Sports Detroit. And who does this guy look like? Former Red Wing. Mickey Redmond will tell you during our second period. You might know at home. Brian, thanks for joining us. The Goose, great as always. Look forward to having a great season this year.
Thanks. We look forward to it as well.
The Rockers soccer live here on Fox Sports Detroit and throughout the year here at Joe Louis Arena. Second period action still to come.
A great time is a sure thing at Travelers Bay Casino Resorts. A great time is a sure thing. It has a familiar ring. 'Cause it's all here. Lots of ball here. Ready, set. Now let the games begin. A great time is a sure thing. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna grin. That's the business we're in. A great time is a sure thing at Travelers Bay Casino Resorts.
A whole lot can happen out of the blue.
From power to payload to towing, Dodge Dakota can fill some pretty big shoes. And the price? Well, you get the picture. Why would someone need a Dodge Dakota with a 175 horsepower Magnum V6 at no extra charge? We think it has something to do with their childhood. Just see the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
If you're considering natural hair restoration, remember, Bosley Medical Doctors have performed over 100,000 hair restoration procedures, more than any other group in the world.
Some of these transplants are 19, 20 years old, and they're growing just as strong today as they did in the beginning.
I will never have a hairline any higher than what you see now, ever. And that feels pretty good.
All I would have left up here, right now, without the transplants, would be light hairs. Everything else is transplanted.
We've developed these new ultrafine microtechnologies. That means we can do up to 1,000 or 1,200 micrographs at a time. This makes a much more natural and unobtrusive appearance with our final result.
Simply call the number on your screen for your free information and schedule your free private consultation. Find out for yourself how these remarkable procedures can give you a new head of hair and a whole new outlook on life.
You're watching Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit.
Welcome back to Joe Louis Arena. Ken Daniels with you. After one period of play, Red Wings leading Washington 1-0. The only goal of that first period came at the 8:52 mark. Sergei Fedorov, nice pass over to Stacey Roos between the legs of Rick Tabaracci. Now only Eric Lindros of the Flyers, Luke Robitaille of LA, Todd Bertuzzi of Vancouver, and rookie Dan Cleary of Chicago have more preseason goals than Stacey Roos. Each has 6. Roos now has 5. And that's the only goal of the game so far as the Red Wings lead the Washington Capitals 1-0. Back with second period action next from the Joe. You're watching the Wings and Caps live on Fox Sports Detroit.
It introduced the most powerful overall line of pickups on the planet and stamped the terms V10 and Magnum power indelibly on the face of truckdom. It kicked open the door to the next generation of pickups and made such an impression that today, this is all you have to see to know what's behind it.
I'd like to sing about a remarkable radio station.
Yeah, for God's sake, Trudy.
Mike, I'd expect that from you.
Hey, it's me, the Doc, Doug Bodell.
If it rocks, it's on the riff.
It's me, Arthur P., on the home of rock and roll.
Karen, you have a ring.
remarkable voice.
WIF is still a remarkable radio station.
Baby!
I'll take it.
Feel like you're in heaven now. Get a cashback bonus award later. Hallelujah. Discover the feeling. It pays.
Meet John. He buys his gas at Clark. It's high-quality gas, like those big oil places. John just likes paying less for it, which means at Clark, he gets more miles per dollar. We call that MPD. Of course, how you use those extra miles is up to you. Clark, great gas, great price.
Fox Sports Soccer 99. It's easier on your home than the real thing. Sports games, Fox Attitude.
Hey, you want to see some cool shots?
What's the coolest show on TV?
Cool shot!
The coolest game on earth has the hottest half hour on TV.
Let me see it. Heads up, heads up.
There's a safety tip. Don't play with the lure.
I'm bleeding. What are you
Excuse
doing?
me, you're interfering with my light. Anyway, here's net protectors.
Wow. Hey, you're a pro in this.
Hey, hi.
Hey, Jen.
How are you?
That's a wrap for cool shots.
Ken Daniels, Mickey Redmond, our Fox Sports Detroit crew back here at the Joe. Mick, after one, Stacey Roos the only goal, and the Red Wings with the better scoring opportunities.
You see very little in the penalty department, both of them to Washington, and the Red Wings will start the second period with the power play. 53 seconds left to Kelly Miller. Quality scoring chances, a pretty good pace to that period. 9-5 the shots on goal, and 6-4 in favor of Detroit. Paparazzi the busier.
There is Matt Herr, former University of Michigan star, a 94 draft pick of the Capitals, and I asked him prior to the game tonight if he expected to make this team right out of the gate.
I don't know if it was a matter of what I thought I'd be here. I mean, I worked hard all summer, and I had expectations for myself to be around, and I wanted to disprove everybody that ever said, you know, that I couldn't make it, or, you know, I wanted to make Michigan proud, Coach Berenson proud, and you know, wear this sweater hopefully with pride.
Well, he's wearing it with pride, Mick, making them proud. U of M NCAA champions in his final season there.
Nicely said, young man.
Yeah, he's a good
what was
kid.
the lockout year? 95?
Yes.
I'm assuming that he spent 4 years at Michigan,
Yes, he
because I
did.
remember we did some college games that lockout year where we didn't start NHL till January, I believe it was, and that would have been his first year.
Freshman, yep.
Young Herr.
Matt Herr is great speed, Mick. Good goal scorer, nice setup guy. Played with Billy McCult. He's wearing number 46 now. Wore number 8 at the University of Michigan. Says can't be picky here. It's my training camp number. Hey, down the road maybe I can get a better number. But he's just as happy as can be to be here. A New Jersey native.
A lot of great names over there in Michigan. John Madden. I used to get a kick out of that when I'd see him play, of course, with his namesake, Big John, in the TV booth for football, and a lot of fun. University of Michigan and Michigan State, and all the state colleges actually doing a heck of a job getting hockey players prepared for the NHL, or if not, with a good education to go on and do well in the business world as they grow up. That's the important thing, young hockey folks out there. Get that education, boy. Very few make it to this level and are able to do it to make enough money to make a good living. The education is very, very important.
We'll see upwards of 20 college games this season right here on Fox Sports Detroit. Nick Lidstrom as the Red Wings begin period 2 on the power play. Up 1-0, Fedorov, Holmstrom, he'll turn. Holmstrom's pass is knocked down. Puck is free at center. Going back to get it, Kozlov, nice pass ahead. Off the stick of Fedorov and out to center.
Just to finish that thought, I made it sound like if you make the NHL, you don't need education. Of course, you always need education.
There's a shot, scores! Quick shot in front by Matt Herr, who scored his first National Hockey League goal, albeit preseason last night against the Islanders. Scores another one tonight. This kid's earned a spot, and we'll see him a week tomorrow night in a Capitals uniform for real.
Well, the Red Wings got a little bit sloppy through the center ice area. And they allow the Caps just to kind of waltz in. They don't cover her. He's got the time, and he blows it by Osgood on the short side. Blocker side. Tied this game at 1. At the bottom of the blocker and down in the net.
Boy, Matt Herr's had some big games in this building, what with the GLI and playing Michigan State, but that's a huge goal for him.
You know he's got lots of friends, if not family, in this building tonight. So exhibition game or not, he's a happy young man right now.
And I'll bet you Red Berenson's sitting there saying, way to go, buddy. Way to go, Matt. And Red, I'm sure that one was probably for you. Aaron Ward flipped it down the ice. So we're in a 1-1 game now.
Number 46, Matt Herr. The assistant, number 90,
Matt Herr hearing his name announced by Bud Lynch here at Joe Louis Arena, his second goal of the preseason. And here's a kid who was drafted by the Atlanta Braves, played University of Michigan baseball too. Good pitcher, has a good fastball, and choosing hockey as a career and making the most of it.
When you're a hockey player, and a good one, they can play competitively at or near this level. It's hard to choose another sport. No offense to the other sports.
But you don't have to go into the corners in baseball except in right or left field.
No, I know, but
no one chasing you.
There's something special about this game, boy.
Puck knocked down in front. Near boards, Lapointe is his check tied up. Golubowski cleared it out to center. Jamie McCowan, an injured Red Wing, being fit for that playing cast. He should be ready to go in a week or so. Brent Gilchrist, in case you missed it, acquired today by Tampa Bay in the waiver draft, reacquired for a 6th-round pick by GM Ken Holland. Erickson shot. Big bounce off the backboard, so Brent Gilchrist still a Red Wing.
I just saw Kenny Holland down the other end of the press box, and he's pretty happy to get Gilchrist back and have everybody in order and ready to go. And also very happy with what he's seen out of Stacey Roof. Talked to him a little bit about that young man. Yeah, he said he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he's put together pretty well and not easy to knock off his feet.
Yui Krupp on defense with Nick Lidstrom, who takes the puck.
Krupp's going to argue with that one. He thought he had that big reach of his in order to make that not a 2-line pass. Players absolutely loved the game they played in Madison Square Garden, like Chris Draper with their speed up the middle, no red line. It's the only one of the exhibition season they played. Fedorov, I guess, and Larionov had a field day.
And before the game, I had a chance to ask Chris Draper about the return of his buddy to the lineup. Number 41, still nursing an injury, but back soon, Brent Gilchrist.
Poor Gilly's had such a rough go, with the bad groin, and then finally has surgery. And he's definitely excited, as we are too. I mean, poor Doug Brown and Brent Gilchrist, couple roller coaster moments for him, but it's great that they're part of the Detroit Red Wings, and I'm sure Gilly's thrilled to death and just can't wait to start playing again.
Should be back maybe November or so. We're hoping after the hernia operation for Brent Gilchrist.
Old Drape's got that infectious smile, doesn't he? Another one of the Red Wings that got married during the summer.
To Julie, and I asked him, I said, did you take the Stanley Cup to the wedding? He said, no. There's only one thing that shines.
One center of attention,
wedding night.
Yeah, right.
You betcha. That doesn't belong there. When he had his goatee in the playoffs, looked a lot like Mark McGuire. There's that resemblance there.
About 2 feet shorter, maybe.
Yeah, well, and about, 2 feet on the arms, you mean?
Yeah, what's he got around those arms? Probably about 24 inches or so.
Popeye plus.
Boy, oh boy. What a year that was for Sosa and McGuire, and the time that probably baseball needed it more than anything, And that was great down the stretch to watch those two going toe to toe.
Here's Bellows' shot. Osgood stopped it. Now you have to wonder, it wouldn't be the same in hockey, but still, will we ever see 92 goals, the record by Gretzky, ever broken?
Boy, I tell you what, that was something else.
I think the game's changed so much, I don't know if that'll ever happen, but we have Teemu Selanne and Paul Kariya back together again.
It's hard to see it happening, in the near future. I mean, what's outside? But I mean, that was such an incredible year for the Edmonton Oilers and Wayne Gretzky in his heyday. We'll be back.
Governor John Engler. His experience has made a difference for Michigan. Welfare reform, tax cuts, more funding for education, and the lowest unemployment rate in 28 years. Governor Engler, a vision for our future with drug testing for welfare, new programs to make sure every third grader learns to read, and tax cuts to bring the state income tax under 4% for the first time in a generation. John Engler, experience Michigan can't do without.
Dodge Durango can tow up to 7,400 pounds, nearly half a ton more than its nearest competitor. That's 2 extra dirt bikes, 1 more great big water toy, or 1 more baby grand. Hey, my Durango tows more toys. Gonna lose his wimpy towing blues. Oh, yeah.
Catch hardcore football on Fox Sports Detroit. Join Ronnie Lott, Bill Moss, Ron Pitts as they show you the real NFL. Hardcore X's and O's, hardcore football for the hardcore fan. Tuesday at 8 p.m. only on Fox Sports Detroit. A 1-1 tie. Matt Herr getting the goal for Washington. Stacey Roos for the Red Wings. A couple of rookie goal scorers here. Ward in back of the net. Dandino.
There's a close race. Dandino and Simon.
Oh. Get that tongue out of your cheek. Zednek had the puck poked away by Holmstrom, couldn't find it, and the Capitals will carry out. Simon to Joey Juneau. You mentioned they like to use Juneau on the wing, but with injury problems already for Washington and unrestricted free agents not signed, Juneau has moved into the middle.
Now Simon doesn't need that speed. He's got other qualities that are valuable to Washington.
Yes.
He's a big boy.
Bruce knocked it in behind the goal. Kozlov, Fedorov out there. Kozlov turning. Back to the point it goes. Fedorov behind the net with that extra 2 feet back there. He's forced, sent one in front. Point Golubovsky onto the outstretched stick of Sergei Fedorov. Getting it back. Feathered one through. Backhand shot. Kozlov. And Roos just failed to capitalize on the rebound.
Washington really has problems with the quickness of the Red Wings and their puck movement down low.
Here's Golubovsky to Roos. And jumping in across the line was Kozlov offside. Just as Yzerman joined the unit. Stacey Roos with the lone Red Wing goal. Tied for 4th in scoring in the American Hockey League last season.
He went with an extra shot on the rookie. That's part of being a rookie. And Yzerman came over and gave him a bump. Said, hey, lay off. The play was blown dead. It was offside. Nothing serious.
Brendan Witt, tough kid, missed a total of 14 games due to injury last season. Played in 64 for Washington. Likes to hit. And does it pretty well from Humboldt, Saskatchewan, Brendan Witt.
I want to send out congratulations to Chip and Joey Molitor. Chip works up here in the press box at Joe Louis Arena on home games on the birth of their son, Robert Joseph. When was that, Greg? Yesterday? 2 days ago. Greg Innes, our crack statistician, is going to be with us all year. Every Red Wing home game.
Glad to have him. The best in the business, Greg Innes. Glad you're up here with us, Greg.
With all these interesting anecdotes.
When he's not here, he's hanging out at the hospital waiting for births. That's good.
He's looking like, what? What'd you say?
You know, we talked about Brent Gilchrist being reacquired, picked up by Tampa Bay. Only 9 players changed teams today in the NHL waiver draft. Pretty uneventful. And even Osgood made the save up over top of the net. Probably for the Red Wings, it was most eventful. Golubovsky Mention some of the other players who are taken in a moment. Stacey Roostin across the line. Eyes him in the shot. Stopped by Tabarachi. Cedeno Seager, claimed by Nashville from Edmonton. Brent Gilchrist by Tampa, then Detroit reacquired. Chicago still beefing up. They look to get tougher. Took Dennis Bonvie, ex of Edmonton. Kevin Dahl, a defenseman, went from St. Louis to Toronto. Now, maybe one of the surprises.
The only goaltender.
Frederick Chabot, claimed by Montreal from Los Angeles, and that was the only goaltender taken. And it was surprising because look at some of the names who are out there, Mick. Glenn Healy, Jim Carey, Andre Trefilov, Pat Jablonski, Manny Fernandez.
You see Healy up in the second from the top in Toronto. They thought Healy might get grabbed, and then they were ready to make a deal for Felix Potvin because they've got Curtis Joseph, who they signed over the summer.
And Glenn Healy, word out of Toronto today, he's absolutely elated that he wasn't taken because at one point they'll deal Potvin. He'll start off in the American Hockey League, and he has to, whether it be for a conditioning stint or whatever, and get back up Curtis Joseph. So I guess salaries had a part in it too. Here come the Capitals, passed across, coming up was Malgunas, and the pass to him from Mike Eagles never got through, and a nice block. Back to Mironov. His shot went wide. Norm Miracle just nursing himself back from that ankle injury. And he'll be off for a conditioning stint and then be ready to go while the Red Wings try and work out some type of deal.
Bad break for that kid because they expect great things out of him.
And there's the backup goalie for the Capitals, Mike Rosati. He'll play the third period tonight. He's from Toronto, was over in the German league and in Italy. Spoke to Ron Wilson before the game. He said, Toronto's got a pretty big Italian community, correct? I said, very big, maybe 500, 700,000. He said, I think most of them are here tonight. And Mike would have killed me if I didn't get him into the game in the third period. So he's got a lot of friends coming up from Toronto to see him play here tonight.
How many folks at the game tonight at Joe Louis Arena? 499,250, standing room only.
All to see Mike Rosati play. Penalty coming up to the Red Wings. Tabarachi's gone to the bench for a sixth attacker in a 1-1 tie. Slashing call coming up against Detroit.
First one of the night to the Red Wings.
Slava Kozlov heading in.
Kamikaze will take a seat there for a couple of minutes and cool off. 13:40 to go. 1-1 hockey game. Anybody else on that list? Kip Miller?
Kip Miller, familiar to this area.
Yeah.
Claimed by Pittsburgh from the Islanders.
Miller brothers. Right up in the middle, right up there. Kazi ended up with 2 sticks. You can only use one. Slava. He does a pretty good job of that, though.
Kozlov in the box. Oates out there, Bondra and Brian Bellows. Draper up front along with Maltby. Here's Mironov. Has that good shot from the point, but Anaheim always complained he didn't use it enough. The Red Wings did likewise. Has that great shot, but looks to pass more often than shooting. Here comes Draper. Mironov on him. Mironov. Draper spins off the hit. To the point. Litz from his shot. Stopped by Tabarachi.
Draper's a river skater. He and Maltby, boy. They can sure put on a show.
Puck knocked ahead. Nolan Baumgartner. Seeing a lot of power play time in the Capitals blue line. What with Sergei Gonchar not signed, although last report is that they are close to signing Sergei Gonchar. Bill Ranford was the backup last season to Olaf Kolzig. He's moved on in the offseason. In back of the net, Bellows with that puck. Back to the point to Mironov. Held it in. Bellows tipped it to the corner. Oates was crunched by Aaron Ward. Point shot, knocked down in front. Bondra fed one off and right through the crease. Near side getting over Baumgartner. No relation to Ken Baumgartner. Longtime National Hockey Leaguer. Dug Brown to Fedorov. Half a minute to go in this Washington power play. Joey Juneau moved it ahead. Simon. High slot, turning with it, Bondra. Brown on him with Fedorov. And the two good friends, Brown and Fedorov, combine to get that puck out to center. Brown will head off to the line, stayed in. Joey Juneau with it. Juneau to Klee. His shot scores!
Wow.
Ken Klee rifled one home from the blue line. A bit of a screen in front. 2-1, Washington.
Juneau paid a price to make the play. He made a nifty little play back and towards the boards, and he took a pretty heavy check from Fedorov after he did, but he paid the price, and Clay cranks it off the goalpost on the far side. Couldn't tell from that angle whether Osgood saw that shot coming at him or not. Maybe we will here. Let's see. Looks like a pretty good lane there. .55-footer. No, it just clean beat him. It looked like a wide open path, Kenny, right down the middle. They backed off and let him see it. And Osgood seemed to be a little far to his right, and it cranked in perfectly off the goalpost.
Well, Ken Klee, not a noted scorer, just 18 in his 220-game career. Here's Larry on off the shot, and Tabaracci made the save. So Ken Klee getting the goal. Shorthanded and a power play goal now for Washington to lead it 2-1. Matt Herr with the other capital goal. Stacey Roos from Fedorov in the first for the Red Wings. Here comes Brendan Witt, number 19. Witt to Zednik. Richard Zednik, his shot went high. The good second-year player rifled one off the glass. Larionov couldn't get it out. Zednik up there along with Matt Herr. Into the slot, Mironov moving in, takes the puck. Number 18 is Trevor Halverson for Washington. Malgunas moved up. Couldn't come up with the puck. Yui Krupp ridden in by Zednik. Stewart, Malgunas still on it. Lidstrom taking care of him. Halverson far side. Shanahan scooped it to center ice. Larionov was whacked at by Halverson as the Capitals push it back in. Washington changing their defense tandem. Red Wings changing up their forward unit. Pass went off the skate of Joe Riki. Here comes Stacey Roos, who has the lone wing goal to Kozlov. That shot went high. Yzerman behind the net for Roos. Yzerman took a whack. Roos tied up in the corner. Kozlov in to help him out. Taken away, and Jeff Toms with Roos back check. Moved it up. Toms has it in across the line. Into the corner it goes. Aaron Ward knocked at that puck. Comes to the line, held in by the Capitals. Ward goes and gives chase back to the goal. Roos trying to push it past Riki. He couldn't. Dandino in to help. Held in by Eagles, out and in again. 9:29 to go past the halfway point in this hockey game from the Joe. 2-1 Washington on Fox Sports Detroit.
A champion's pedigree.
We are a company built on engineering mastery. 300 gives us an all-out engineering car.
The only 99 Chrysler 300M Sports Sedan.
It's unique, and it's exciting, and it's a basic automotive experience.
The most horsepower, the most torque, and the widest stance in its class. The Chrysler 300M. The technology has changed, but the soul lives on.
See one of your Chrysler and Plymouth superstores today.
I want boom, dot, boom, boom. Why do you want to look at my Discover card statement? It's mine. I live in New York City. Of course, I love the theater. Bring in the noise. You know, it's my favorite show. I go there as often as I can, trying to steal another step. And my kids want me to be more risky. Come to Garcon stuff is, you know, it's risky. I want a cashback bonus.
How many credit cards make a statement like that? It pays to Discover. Accepted where you see the Nova sign.
Little Caesars Pizza Kits are a great profitable fundraiser. Each kit containing all the ingredients to make delicious Little Caesars pizza at home. And your organization earns $5 for every kit sold. For more information, call toll-free at 1-888-4LC-KITS. Icing waved off, Brendan Witt. First man back for Washington. Out at center. Puck rolls into the Red Wings zone. Erickson to Ward, off his stick, held in by Adam Oates. Oates in front. Oh, Bondra through his skates. Point shot behind the goal. Adam Oates back there said he doesn't like the extra 2 feet behind the goal, and there's a great playmaker. But Oates says it's too easy. When the puck comes around the boards, it gives the defenseman extra time to get over there and block it before it comes to him. That's what he found. So if he's waiting for a puck to come around the boards from his defense partner, he says too easy for the opposition defense to use less. The net becomes less of a pick because you have more room. The puck takes a little bit longer.
That's going to be a penalty to Maltby.
Washington's going to go to another power play as Tabaracci heads off. Up 2-1. Fans don't like the call from Lance Roberts.
It'll be a boarding call, and now they're going to congregate in the corner over that collision. Now Lance Roberts right away went to make the call. So Maltby will go to the box. He'll be the only one. Washington Caps, on a goal a few moments ago, lead it 2-1.
Got kids, you gotta find stuff to do, but you gotta know who to call. Get the Joe Louis Arena Family Fun Ticket Package. One low price gets you great seats for 4 hot family events at the Joe. We're talking ice side seats for Anastasia on Ice, ringside seats for the greatest show on earth. We'll put you so close to the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus, your kids will want to join. And with lower bowl tickets for Rockers Soccer, you're bound to catch a ball. And it's true, Red Wings tickets too. So dial fast because they're going fast.
A champion's pedigree.
We are a company built on engineering mastery. 300 gives us an all-out engineering car.
The all-new 99 Chrysler 300M Sports Sedan.
It's unique, and it's exciting, and it's a basic automotive experience.
The most horsepower, the most torque, and the widest stance in its class. The Chrysler 300M. The technology has changed, but the soul lives on.
See one of your Chrysler and Plymouth superstores today.
Now this was intended to be a wake-up call for Brendan Witt. Don't be shoving our rookie Roost around. Maltby didn't mean to take the penalty. He did ease up a little bit, but in essence a payback for the extra shot he gave Roost earlier in this period after the whistle.
So the Capitals with a power play goal already. Mironov fell down. Got back up, passed to Joey Juneau. Zednek up with him and Chris Simon. Simon goes to the front of the net. This would be his want, and that of Ron Wilson. Behind the goal, Zednek. Juneau looking for room. Baumgartner, one-time shot. Osgood to save. Mironov to the point. Fedorov got there and managed to get it out to center ice. Here comes Joey Juneau again. Simon with that long hair. Zednek behind the goal. Osgood playing the puck a lot more, gaining more and more confidence. Takes a while to become accustomed to it. And Mironov behind the goal. Shanahan forces him out of the pocket. Mironov to Adam Oates. Left it there. Larionov, backhand running ahead. Here's Shanahan in a race with Malgunas. Took him into the end boards. Good closure there by Malgunas. Has Shanahan tied up. Bellows in to help. Shanahan hauled down. And a penalty coming up. Well, the 66th overall pick in 1990, Stuart Malgunas, pick of the Red Wings at that time, going to the box.
And Shanahan hustled down there to try to create some havoc, kill a little time, and he got good body position on Malgunas. And Stewie ended up grabbing him and pulling him down. Just hung on a little bit too long, and the referee standing right there said, Stewie, away you go, young man.
I want to mention today, too, Mick, we mentioned about the waiver draft. There were some deals today besides the one that the Red Wings reacquired Brent Gilchrist. Mighty Ducks of Anaheim got goaltender Dominic Roussel from Nashville for goalie Chris Mason and defenseman Mark Morrow. Philadelphia acquired left wing Valerie Zalapukin to give them some speed from Edmonton for center Daniel Lacroix. We saw him here a few nights back. And Dallas signed restricted free agent Jamie Langenbrunner to a 2-year deal. Some of the activity around the NHL today.
Haven't heard much about Dallas here in this preseason. you know.
Been quiet, Brett Hall.
Except for the weather.
Yeah.
a lot of rain and bad weather down in that part of the country.
Puck loose in front.
Brett Hall should help them with that offense.
He did score a goal at home against his former team. Dandenault looks to center, the St. Louis Blues. Power play now, he scores! The point is 2-2, a power play goal.
Credit Matthew Dandenault for this. Doing all the dirty work. And he stayed with it down to the left of Tabaracci down there. Look at him, bang. He was with it, he out-battled for the puck, and then Shanahan again with position, boom. LaPointe right down the slot. Easy pickings. He had to pull himself to the left to get that leverage on it. And no chance for Tabaracci. We are tied at 2.
Man who had the cup-winning goal in that 4-1 win in Game 4 at Washington. Martin LaPointe, who had a personal best last season in points with 34. 15 goals. He thinks he should be able to score 20 to 25 in this league. And you really can't dispute that.
He did everything but those first 3 or 4 years when he was here part-time. This will be an icing, but I mean, he scored everywhere. He goal a game pace in the American League when he was there, and he was a huge scorer at Laval and Junior. But it just seemed he was snakebit in the NHL. He really had a hard time getting things to go for him offensively around the net. A lot of near misses and stuff, but it started to come together for him last year.
2-2 tie, 5:51 to go here in the second period. LaPointe from Shanahan and Dandenault, a power play goal at 13:48. Baumgartner's shot went wide of the goal.
Oh, here we go.
Penalty.
Detroit. Golubowski for hooking or interference. Hooking obstruction. You heard the referee's voice. That was Mr. Roberts. No, he was basically just impeding the Washington player from going to get the puck on the boards. That's the pure meaning of obstruction, away from the puck. Now watch this over on the right side. Is he interfering with Miller right there that he can't go and make a play? Man without the puck, he didn't have it. That's what obstruction is in the eye of Lance Roberts. You saw a lot worse stuff like that go on the last couple of years, and thank goodness we're seeing less and less of it. You got to have some contact in this game, but however, shouldn't be able to just hold guys up and tackle them and put your arms around them and not let them skate and play the game when they don't have the puck.
So we're in a 2-2 tie. Washington 1 for 2 on the power play. Oates and Draper.
That's roller derby. You do that kind of, and we were darn near roller derby for a while. It was bad. I think they've done a great job of cracking down on this stuff.
Got to keep it up.
Yes, they do.
Here's Bondra. The Brian Bellows let it go behind the net. Oates is there. Point to Mironov. Doesn't shoot again. He passes. Klee has a goal. And Osgood has himself a save. Well, there's Brian Bellows, who last season during the Stanley Cup final,
back in the sightsee,
games 1 and 2, his son Kiefer was born. He and his wife Tracy have 2 children, and Kiefer was born in the Stanley Cup finals. What a ride he had last season. Mick spent most of the year playing for the Berlin Capitals of the German Pro League. And
did Greg give you that statistic?
Had a great time. Yes, he
Greg,
did. It was a birth. It was from his book. Of course it was.
Yeah, that's right. He wasn't sightseeing in Germany this year.
No.
Like he was last year and came over and helped his team in the playoffs.
Hey, he had 9 points in 11 games in the regular season. Then the playoffs scored 6 goals for Washington. Out of the air, went to knock it down.
Well, most of the years he spent with Minnesota, he could always score goals, Brian Bellows, boy. Great around the net.
That was a good pickup by George McPhee. Another penalty coming up here.
Yeah. It'll be Draper for a slash or a trip. Yeah. So the 5-on-3 for 1:21. Draper had that puck in his feet, was one side, the other side, he was just there, not there, boom, turned around, swung that stick with one hand, knocked Mironov down, tripping.
Well, this copyrighted program presented by authority of the National Hockey League, intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, and or other use of the pictures, descriptions, account of this game without the express written consent of the National Hockey League, Detroit Red Wings, and Fox Sports Detroit is prohibited. So a two-man advantage for the next 1:15 for Washington. Oates feeding one over. Here's Mironov. To Adam Oates. Bellows in front. Mironov doesn't shoot again. Klee feeds off.
Got to keep it tight, Diamond. Let him go down low, but keep it tight.
They're on the perimeter. Feathering through. Osgood made the save. Huey Krupp, Lidstrom, Yzerman, the unit for the Red Wings. Klee from Bondra.
Yzerman just got his stick slashed out of his hand.
His side of the goal. Oates is theirs. Scores. Adam Oates puts it in. Osgood, no chance. The goal light slow to come on, but it's a capital goal with just one of the two penalties expiring.
They actually were down to two guys. Yzerman had lost his stick. I think it was slashed out of his hand. And he's looking for an interference or an obstruction call. But Yzerman's right out there in the middle. Gives a little tap. Watch what happens here. There was the slap right there. Now he's down to no stick. Two guys. Boom. They go here, here, in the net. And Yzerman was looking for an interference call for knocking the stick out of his hand when he didn't have the puck.
Osgood, no chance on that one as Adam Oates flipped it over top. We say he's more of a setup man, of course, but led the Caps in assists last season. Second in points. And has scored upwards of 300 goals in the National Hockey League. So Washington's second power play goal of the game. That's Oates' first of the preseason. Bondra and Dmitry Mironov picking up the assists on the Oates goal. So the Capitals still in a power play for another 55 seconds. Chris Simon picks it up off the backboards, tipped off the stick of Ward, back to the point. Held in, knocked down. Osgood found it and cleared it himself. And Anders Eriksson will send it down the rest of the way. 30. LaPointe was one of the two Red Wing goals this evening. Couldn't put it in deep. Sent in for Juneau. Simon, Spikovsky, the forward unit for the Capitals. 10 seconds left in the penalty to Draper. Knocked around, Mironov. Bothered by LaPointe, put it in. Puck into the corner. Danino on Simon quickly. Simon goes down. Penalty to Draper is over. So the Red Wings back at even strength. LaPointe able to knock down that bouncing puck. Some speed as Draper's flying up left wing side. Pass to him. Shooting goal. Great save by Tabaracci.
Great play by LaPointe.
Here's Holmstrom. Stops back of the net. Golubotsky had moved in to stop Simon in his tracks. Here's Yzerman. Couldn't get good wood. Side of the goal. Holmstrom. Back to the point it goes and all the way down the ice. Boy, when you see Draper flying like that, just give him the puck, and that's just what he did. Nice pass in across the line. Rose score at the goal post. Wow. Oh, Stacey Rose had Tabaracci beat.
We got a
penalty coming up.
A hook.
Just a hook.
He pointed to center ice, but it was to a player, and it will be a hook. But Roost again was in. She's opened up. 3-2 Washington. 2:16 to go in the second.
Well, well, look at you. You are one good-looking pizza.
Me? No, my friend. You are the good-looking pizza.
Please, don't be modest. Look at those toppings.
Why, my toppings? Forget about it. Look at your toppings. Pepperoni, green pepper. Wait, is that onion?
Yeah, I got a little onion.
You're killing me.
Well, look at you, Mr. Ham. Oh. Mr. Mushroom. Mister, could you possibly fit any more pepperoni on me?
No, stop. Get in the bag.
Get 2 Little Caesars pizzas featuring our authentic 1959 recipe and 3 toppings for just $10.99.
Pizza, pizza.
It's been totally re-engineered and redesigned with more safety features, more performance, more luxury, and more more power than ever before. Introducing the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee. The most capable sport utility ever. See your Southeast Michigan Jeep dealer.
Well, Red Wings get a chance to go to the power play. The Caps had a 5-on-3, and then the remainder of that killed off. And here Roost. Not much of an interference by Zednik, but he called that. I didn't think that was a very bona fide penalty either. It's like earlier in the game for Golubovsky. But Red Wings will take it.
Shots are even at 14 apiece. Washington with a 3-2 lead. Capitals have some speed up front with Toms out there, along with Matt Hurd. Eisenman, nice move across the line. Lidstrom held that puck in to the front of the net. Holmstrom was waiting for it. The puck never squirted free for him. Osgood out to move it to Lidstrom to Holmstrom. Lidstrom, Holmstrom, Stacey Roost in front, right through the crease. Brown to Lidstrom. Roost took that angle pass from Lidstrom, sent one toward the goal, and Tabarachi.
Well, Holmstrom got an extra few square feet to work with down there with that crease being closed in. You take a look at the crease for the fans that have just tuning in here in the preseason. Those lines used to be out here on the side of the net, and an extra 2 feet actually that they have taken off on each side. That's a big, huge difference, and they say 2 feet has been taken out of that total circle. So some adjustment for the goaltenders to make, because they use those crease lines for their positioning, and more room for Holmstrom to camp in front.
UE group to Shanahan. Camped in front is Lapointe this time. Tabarachi hangs on. Marty Lapointe with one of the 2 goals for the Red Wings here tonight. Igor Larionov. Mick, you see the helmet he's wearing? It's a Jofa VM helmet. He's got very little padding in there. John Wharton, Paul Boyer have convincing Igor to get a helmet with more padding. So sure enough, in practice, he's got the iTech helmet out. Yeah. A lot more padding after all these years. I think he's on the verge of changing, and I asked Paul Boyer, how different does he look? He says his face looks a lot fuller. But you know, to players today, that's the main thing, is how do you look in the helmet if you're going to make a change after all those years?
How do you look in the mirror before you go out and play?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thing is, though, the way Igor plays the game, I mean, he's one guy that probably could get away with what he's doing. You know, he's not going 100 miles an hour. He's smart enough not to get into positions most of the time where he's not going to get that kind of a collision. There's a lot of other guys that wouldn't have a chance to wear a helmet like that, but he's one that can.
And he wears it similar to Gretzky. Gretzky is the same type of helmet.
No, and they're similar type players. Very good thinkers of the game, and they just don't put themselves in positions to get themselves hurt. A lot of the young players don't recognize the danger and just go in there with their great strength and speed and end up being banged up more than not.
Here's Shanahan, right wing. Oh, nice stop by Tabarachi.
What a rocket. There's
and a penalty coming up. This against Washington.
Well, I think it might be Detroit.
Might be Detroit.
Shanahan slashed the defenseman as he went by. Did he ever let that one go?
So 26.9 seconds to go, second period. Back in a moment to the Joe.
Up till now, this was about the only way to get premium for the price of regular. But not anymore. Presenting the Yamaha Premium Sales Event with price reductions up to $500, plus cash rebates up to $500, plus free financing for 90 days, plus the best warranty in the business on the best snowmobiles in the business. So get the lead out and hurry to your Yamaha dealer today and get premium for the price of regular.
Brendan Shanahan in the box for slashing. Here it is, Mick.
Well, just 10 seconds. Yeah, he ripped one at Tabarachi. It was just outside the goalpost, and he, well, not a serious flash on the defenseman. So Lance Roberts has decided to really fine-tune that whistle here in the second.
Here's Simon, left wing side, dropped it perfectly to Draper.
Draper called him.
There's Maltby. Maltby scooting in, Draper in front.
Oh, Simon went for the oldest trick in the book. And I think those two know each other off the ice and in the summertime. Ooh, Simon with a cross-check on Ward.
Right in front of Roberts, didn't see it though. Ward will now have his say to Lance Roberts.
Look at that. Simon's going over to Draper and saying, what are you doing?
He said, Simon says drop the puck. He did.
Oh, that's good. That's embarrassing. That's why I said, what are you doing that to me, Drapes? Come on, it's an exhibition game. Oh, boy. And he fell for it.
Well, coming up in our second intermission, Red Wings associate coach Dave Lewis will join us in our new Dodge intermission.
Then he takes it out on Aaron Ward. He's mad he cross-checks him. Holy mackerel.
Well, a lot more scoring in that second period than in the first. Matt Herr, his second goal of the preseason, the former U of M standout, shorthanded from Juneau, tied up the game 1-1, offsetting the Stacey Roos goal in the first from Fedorov. And then the Capitals carried on. Ken Klee scoring on the power play from Juneau, 2-1 for Washington. Martin Lapointe from Shanahan and Dandeneau, a power play goal, tied up the game 2-2. Then Adam Oates made it 3-2 for the Caps from Bondra and Mironov, a power play goal. Osgood no chance at 15:37. Our new Dodge intermission report brings us Red Wings associate coach Dave Lewis. Dave, your thoughts tonight?
Well, special teams have been a big part of the game. Us giving up a shorthanded goal and then 2 penalties. We got us into trouble, a 5-on-3. They're so difficult to kill, especially for about a minute 42. They had the advantage, and players that they have, the cross passes. I mean, Ozzy had no chance on that last one to the go-ahead goal. I think we can do a better job of putting pressure on them down low. That's what we're going to talk about this period.
Dave, as a former defenseman, talk about your young guys that you've got there. Golubovsky, Kuznetsov. There might have been a spot open, but the kids haven't really jumped up and taken it yet. Maybe something you would have hoped for?
Well, there is a spot open, and Matthew Dandeneau right now is back there. He's playing in a spot that we talked about playing defense a little bit with him in training camp, and then we sort of plopped him into that position. He's done a very fine job. And the 2 young Russian defensemen, Kuznetsov and Golubovsky, they're both in a position where they have an opportunity to grab something and run with it. And Max got hurt the other night, and this is Jan's last exhibition game, and we have to make a decision on these guys coming up.
Conversely, Dave, to close it up, Stacey Roos has just done a great job up front, and maybe he's played himself onto this team where there might not have been a spot 2 weeks ago.
Oh, definitely. I think going into camp, not many guys talked about Stacey Roos being on this team, and right now he's scoring every night, making plays. He does make things happen. He's one of those players, whether it's on the road or at home, he's always around the puck, and things do happen when he's out there, and that's exciting to watch for us.
Good luck in the opener on Saturday, Dave.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Dave Lewis, Red Wings associate coach, joining us. His team trailing the Washington Capitals 3-2 after 40 minutes of play. You're watching the Red Wings and Caps live on Fox Sports Detroit.